Hello, it is the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger, coming to you with another episode of Podcasting Your Purpose on a thankful Thursday. And today's topic is places to podcast the sound of your show. And the reason why I want to talk about this today was actually because of questions that were posed to me yesterday. I met with two clients. As you know, I offer the 30-minute complimentary discovery call. And the first one that I was referencing yesterday at 10 was wonderful. Not only was it a woman who is an author of 31 books, she's a motivational speaker. She's just doing the darn thing, as well as, family life. And her daughter, and I love the fact that they were both on the conversation together because, again, this is a family. If you have a family, this is a great time in which to bond. And I love the fact that the daughter wanted to learn just as much as her mother did so that they could be successful in whatever her podcasting journey was going to become. So it was a wonderful, wonderful conversation yesterday. I want to shout out Christian. I want to shout out Allison. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate you. I love you. And I can't wait for you to launch your podcast because this is just going to add on to your brand. And like I said, a podcast is a wonderful way to build onto or broaden and expand your brand online. And then that later that day, I had an opportunity to speak with a fellow podcaster who is on the Elite Conversations, real life talk and radio podcast platform. And we were talking about various topics when it comes to why it's important to have a blog for your podcast. You want to have a blog as a base for your broadcast. And while we were talking about that, we got into the sound. And so I was like, wow, okay, let's talk about the sound. What is the best places to produce a podcast? Because especially if you're just starting out and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money. So again, today is places to podcast the sound of your show. So we're going to talk about that today. Got your coffee, your tea, your wine, your beer, whatever the case may be. No judgment zone here. So you set up everything. You titled your show, you've got the description, you've got that website, you got it on your blog, you've got your talking points, you've got your editing software, you even got your mic, whether you're using a condenser plug and play mic or a Blue Yeti mic or any other mics out there, because there are so many on the market. And let me tell you something, I'm going to be honest with you. It's really not the quality of the mic as it is of the sound of the room. So if you're in a large room, if you're in a room that has no carpet or has a lot of hard surfaces, including tables, your computer, walls. I mean, you got 4 walls and a ceiling. Those are all hard surfaces. So you're going to want to soften those surfaces. Actually, that was a better title for today's YouTube video, soften those surfaces. But anywho, because sound waves, the voice, the words that are coming out of our mouth, going into our microphone, they're sound waves, but they're bouncing. They're bouncing off of, here I have my walls, I've got my laptop, I've got the TV screen, I've got all kinds of things in this room, the desk. Those sound waves are bouncing off of all those surfaces. And some of them are going directly into the mic, others aren't. So you want to make sure that you have an area that kind of absorbs or gets everything more into the mic. So you can use things like what I have here. Let me show you what I got. These are actually the portable booth boxes. This one here, you've probably seen it. It's Amazon. I will leave the link to it, but it has that foam, and that foam is absorbing the sound waves. So what I like to do with this one, because the Yeti mic picks up everything. Someone actually told me that a Blue Yeti mic is better for gaming as opposed to podcasting. But on my blog, Your Way to a Business Profit, I always use my Blue Yeti mic, which I sit in here, as well as my headphones so I can hear everything. So these are absorbent. So these, you can get this portable box, or you can actually buy these and put them on your wall or on your surfaces. So again, this is a portable box. It's padded. It comes with the padding, and you can put all the padding all around it, all of it, and then stick your mic right in there and then talk into it. So that's a great thing. I also purchased this other one, and it is just easy breezy. Open that up, and I'll put the link to both of them. But again, this is going to absorb your sound waves. And what I do with this is, again, the mic is sitting in front of it. And when I'm talking in, I'm closing this kind of up so that the sound waves are staying there. And this sits right on your desk, your table. And it's also got hooks in the back. So if you want to attach it to something, but I just sit it right there. Can you see it? I sit it right there with my mic. You see the table hits that, and I put the mic right in there, and then I can speak into the mic. So the mic is this way, and I can speak into the mic. And again, you've got the absorbing cushion here on the mic, as well as the popper there. Now, if you don't want to go out and buy all of these gizmos and gadgets, there is another easy way. And this is what I was talking about to my fellow podcaster. Ordinary pillows, bed pillows. If you put pillows behind your microphone, it's also going to absorb a lot of that noise. So think about bed pillows. You can be in on your bed, you could be recording under a comforter, or like I said, create that fort. Remember the fort, the two chairs to put the comforter over top to absorb that noise. So there are a lot of places and a lot of things that you can do, but the best place that I have found, and a lot of people will agree with me, is the closet. Going inside your closet. And then we talked about that yesterday as well. And someone says, oh, I can't get everything in my closet. Well, so think about this. If you can set up a little table, a TV table, or a tray or something, so that your laptop, your microphone is facing inside the closet, even if you're kind of sitting outside the closet, or if you literally get inside the closet, because I have too many clothes and too much stuff in there. So you can pad the door with a comforter, again, to absorb the sound. Now, as you're finding places and using products to absorb the sound, remember, you want to have something that sounds natural. So you don't want to have your room so padded that it sounds sterile or sounds stuffy. So make sure, because sound waves are sound waves, they're natural. People want to hear a natural voice. So if you're in a room, again, like I am, I have carpet on the floor. I have the sofa here. There are pillows. I use the box. So it sounds natural. You don't want it to sound like a sterile environment. Now, when you're at work or in an office, you want to find a place, again, that has some sort of padding. You're not going to find sofas and pillows there, but try not to record in a room that has glass walls, glass doors, because those sounds are very harsh. If your computer has a fan that's running, that can take away from the sound. An air conditioner, a heater. Oh, and keeping your windows closed. Don't open the window, because you'll hear the birds, unless you're doing a podcast or a show that has to do with nature or birds. But keep the window closed, and also use curtains as another buffer. So there are all kinds of ways that you can create a better sound to your podcast, places to podcast, whether it's in your room, in a closet, in an office, even in a small, tiny bathroom. I've used that as well with towels. How you have towels hanging around, have towels in there as well. But if the floor is not carpeted, you're going to get those sounds. So I wanted to, come to you, talk about just softening those sounds, places that you can podcast. And I know, if you've signed up for any of these podcasting communities, they will show you. A lot of them will say, show us your recording studio, and you'll get some hints and tips from them as well. Especially if you're going camping, you can use what are those things called? Backpacks when you're out, whatever. But try to find an area that you can soften up again. So any type of absorbing material, any type of, you know, portable box like this, again, that will help. And you know what? I've seen the ones that they have this all over the wall. That's kind of expensive. If you can afford that, fine. If not, I wouldn't worry about it. So just get, the egg crate. Oh yeah, those egg crates. How many? When I remember the egg crate, that there was egg crates when I had my baby. Like he'll be 28 years old this year. Oh my God! In June he'll be 28. 28 years ago, I had that egg crate um, pad. So that's another good thing. You can always go to, your local Walmart, Big Lots or whatever and buy that egg crate mattress and set it up around you as well. That's a great idea. I think I'm going to try that as well. So most rooms, again, there's a lot of reflective surfaces in most rooms. You've got your ceilings, you got your walls, you got your floors. But if you can try to get some sort of padding, some sort of cover, it'll help you out. So when you record from that closet, it's a great place to have because you got the clothes. Oh, and it's so funny. Yesterday I was upstairs and I just happened to be checking out the view. And yesterday, I can't remember his name, but you know him from their comedy. They play in a sitcom, Doctors. But actually, they have a new podcast that came out. And Faison, no, say what's his name? I don't know what his name is, but anyway, he was recording from his closet, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this man, an actor, is probably making crazy bank, and yet he knows how to save money, how to make this podcast sound great by just sitting in his walk-in closet. So again, just sit in your closet with the clothes behind you, clothes in front of you to absorb that sound. If you are interested in a complimentary 30-minute discovery call, please and make sure that you send me an email. Let me show you. info@ablakeenterprises.com. I also offer the 60-minute and the 90-minute mini coaching sessions. The 60-minute mini coaching session is awesome. We plan everything out from your title, your description, your intro, your outro music, and all of that great stuff. Because remember, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the 90 minutes, the same thing, but you get a lot more time with me. I will listen to your shows, whether you're recording them on your phone. Remember, you can record them on your phone, whether you're recording them on Anchor FM and you're going to use another hosting platform. Send me an email. We'll get you scheduled for that as well. Again, the Podcasting Your Purpose. Why do I always say it again? Podcasting Your Purpose workbook is available on Amazon. This is an awesome, awesome workbook. 42 pages of content. We start with what is a podcast? Why start a podcast? The power of podcasting. And I read another article today about Spotify is trying to take over podcasting like nobody's business. So planning a podcast, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Podcasting like a pro, talking about equipment, talking about padding, talking about mics, we talk about headphones, talk about lavalier mics, podcasting promotion pointers. Oftentimes people ask, how are you promoting your podcast? Are you promoting it on social media? Are you promoting it in a blog? Are you promoting it on LinkedIn? That's another question. People don't realize the power of LinkedIn. And I did a episode on podcasting on LinkedIn, using LinkedIn to promote your podcast. So check out that episode as well. And make sure you're subscribing to my YouTube channel and that you thumbs up this video and every video. You leave a comment as well and share it with your family and your friends. Talk about podcasting for profit. You're ready to monetize. You're ready to get sponsors for your podcast. And it's never too early to start collecting those emails. So make sure that at the end of each of your podcast episodes, you have a CTA or a call to action. You want to be able to connect with the people afterwards. Podcasting hosting plans, whether you're going with Podbean, Libsyn, you're going with Elite Conversations, you're going with Anchor. We'll talk about that as well. And speaking of Anchor, soup to nuts, beginning to end, how to set up your podcast with Anchor FM. who I've been with since 2017. Actually, Christian yesterday asked me, because I love it so much, if I am a sponsor for Anchor. I'm not. I would love to be, but I'm not. And it also includes the 2020 schedule planner. Again, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You can put down your episode number, your guests, if you're going to have guests, if you're doing interview style, your topic. You want to write down your topic so you know what you're going to be talking about on that particular show. The pre-record date. Some people prefer to go live, but I prefer to pre-record. The date that the podcast is actually published. For me, on Build Your Way to a Business Profit, let me show you that. That is produced by Elite Conversations on Blog Talk Radio, and that comes out every Wednesday at 1. And yesterday's show was driving traffic to your blog using Twitter. So if you missed that out, head over there. That's the tiny URL, blog to profit, to listen to that podcast, and then sign up to subscribe. We're on iHeartRadio, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Spotify, we're on Blog Talk Radio, and probably a couple more coming soon. So stay tuned for that. But blog your way to a business profit every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, where I talk about blogging tips and trends that's going to help to turn your passion into a profit with a blog. And then on Saturdays, I am on Anchor FM, Delaware blogger, and I talk about podcasting. So I podcast tips here as well as over there. And soon I'm going to marry them so that I'm only on one platform, which makes it easy breezy. But I don't know. I like YouTube. What about you? I like Anchor too. So anyhow, so back to that. So your published date, and then also your artwork. We're going to talk about your artwork. Did you create new artwork? Are you creating new artwork for each episode? Because sometimes if you have a guest, you want to put your guest face on your artwork to give them more motivation to promote your show. So think about that as well. Your script. I love a script. I have papers. I don't know what that is. It must be the teacher in me. A release form. Yes, the legalese. If you have someone that you're going to interview on your show, make sure that you get a release form giving them, or they're giving you permission to use their voice, their interview, and their image as you see fit. And then last but not least, how are you promoting your podcast? That is the biggest thing out there. How are you promoting your podcast? Are you promoting it on social media? Are you promoting it with your blog? Are you promoting it in a newsletter? Are you sending out emails? What are you doing to promote your podcast? Because you have to do that as well. So this Podcasting Your Purpose workbook, 42 pages. It is awesome. I have a few copies here that I can mail out, $15.99, or you can go right to Amazon.com and order it as well. And speaking of ordering as well, make sure you head over to dellblogger.com, which is my blog. And you can order a copy of the basic blogging tips for beginners. And this is awesome too. Another blueprint. I love blueprints. I want to assist you. I want to educate you. I want to inspire you. I'm not going to teach you. I'm going to assist, educate, and encourage, I should say. Thank you, Donata, for those words yesterday. I want to encourage you. I want to help assist you in your journey, whether it's blogging, or podcasting. So the basic blogging tips for beginners book is also available by heading over to dellblogger.com and placing your order. However, if you want me to autograph a copy, send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com and I will get that out to you, $9.99. The shipping for me is absolutely free. The shipping from the publishing house is, there is something there. But this is going to be a great book for you. Again, a blueprint, whether you're a veteran blogger or a newbie. We talk about choosing your topic, your niche, staying organized, your domain name, writing, formatting, posting, driving traffic, sharing, monetizing. So again, this is an awesome 48-page. I like to say it's a beach book. Yeah, beach book, because it's quick and easy. So when we get to go back to the beach, you can take this. And I was offering the beach book bundle. You get both for $26. Again, if you are interested, send an email to info@ablakeenterprises.com. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Places to podcast, sound of your show. And I'm so glad that you're watching this, you're staying along with this. I'm learning so much more about going live on StreamYard. But again, soften up wherever you are. Try to soften up your location, whether you're in your office, in your desk, in your closet, in your bedroom, whatever the case may be. Use some soft items, pillows, you know, the voice box, whatever the case may be. It'll help you with your voice, with mellowing it out, and so it doesn't sound all sterile. But again, I'm going to leave the show notes here, YouTube, and then I'm going to invite you to head over to dellblogger.com to subscribe and follow along, because I will put this in a blog post and links to the items that I use. So until the next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay social, still from a distance, because I will see you in cyberspace. See ya. It's the DE Diva, aka the Delaware blogger. Have a beautifully blessed day. Bye bye.